Who was Mao Zedong? How did the journey of this dictator begin? What is Maoism, and what was the cult of personality surrounding Mao Zedong? Why did the Great Famine occur in China? And what do sparrows have to do with it? What was the purpose of the Cultural Revolution in China? Find out in our video. Mao Zedong was a Chinese state and party figure, communist, Bolshevik, politician, and the Great Helmsman, as he was called. Much is written and said about him. He is used to scare people and is even admired. In China, to this day, people bow to his portraits and erect monuments to him. He is considered responsible for the deaths of over 30 million Chinese people. He committed grave crimes against people and nature. This horrific page of history is a true tragedy for the Chinese people, about which no one speaks. He was born on December 26, 1893, in Shaoshan, Xiangtan County, Hunan Province, China. His father was a Confucian, his mother a Buddhist. On October 10, 1911, the Xinhai Revolution took place, overthrowing the aristocratic Qing dynasty. Among the revolutionaries was the young Mao. At 18, he gained his first military experience, fighting for the Republicans who toppled the dynasty and established the First Chinese Republic on February 12, 1912. In 1918, he entered Peking University, where he worked for 6 months as an assistant to Li Dajiao, one of the future founders of the Communist Party of China, CPC. There, he was introduced to the ideas of Leninism-Marxism. He took a keen interest in events in Russia and maintained contact with Russian revolutionaries, effectively becoming recruited by Moscow Bolsheviks. In July 1921, Mao participated in the founding Congress of the CPC, becoming the secretary of the Hunan branch. He was immediately noticed in Moscow, where plans for him began to take shape. In 1927, Mao turned his attention to Chinese villages, aiming to manipulate peasants and use them blindly against local entrepreneurs and nationalists who were in opposition. This sparked the peasant militarized uprising, which ended with the complete extermination of dissenters and the communist seizure of power. On June 26, 1928, Mao sent a letter to Stalin requesting a party mandate and appointment as head of the National Committee Corps. By November, Mao was leading the Chinese Red Army, dealing with opponents through repression, property confiscation, torture, capture, and elimination. In 1931, the Chinese Soviet Republic was established. Despite heavy losses, the Communists broke through to mountainous regions, later calling this campaign the Great March, and remembering it as a major achievement. Subsequently, war with Japan began. Mao bolstered the army with sheer numbers. He initiated the mass Zhengfeng movement. 1. To end the veneration of intellectuals. 2. To purge society of concepts like freedom, honor, justice, and decency. 3. To make peasants the main force of the Communist Party. And 4. To build party ideology and organization. Thus, power became concentrated in Mao Zedong's hands. In 1943, he became chairman of the Politburo and Secretariat of the CPC Central Committee, and in 1945, chairman of the CPC Central Committee. This period marked the final stage of the emergence of Maoism, a variant of Marxism-Leninism. The cult of personality around Mao Zedong was characterized by revolutionary songs, such as Mao Zedong is Our Son, or Hymn to Chairman Mao, portraits of Mao everywhere, and titles like Great Leader, Great Supreme Commander, Great Teacher, and Great Helmsman. There was also the Little Red Book, officially titled Quotations from Chairman Mao Zedong, which became a central symbol of the Cultural Revolution. In the late 1960s, during the Cultural Revolution, Mao's cult of personality reached new heights, with citizens performing the loyalty dance to express their love for the chairman. 1958, Mao Zedong announced the Great Leap Forward program, aiming to surpass Britain in economic growth. To achieve this, rural and urban populations were merged into communes. Millions of Chinese were forcibly displaced from their homes. This was a devastating blow to agriculture and a crime against humanity. Life in the communes resembled concentration camps. Historians estimate that between 1958 and 1962, at least 45 million people died. Mao launched the Four Pests campaign. China faced crop failures, and sparrows were blamed, accused of eating enough grain to feed 35 million people, along with flies, mosquitoes, and rats. On March 18, 1958, at a CPC Congress, Mao ordered the extermination of sparrows. Millions of people began killing them, blindly believing they were the greatest pests, even though sparrows help control real pests that damaged crops. In total, 1.96 billion sparrows were killed, often along with other small birds. Dissenters were swiftly eliminated, with the prevailing ideology being, if you're not with us, you're against us. However, crop yields did not improve. Instead, the campaign led to an increase in locusts and caterpillars. The slogan abruptly changed to, "Don't kill sparrows. Kill rats, bedbugs, flies, and mosquitoes." In 1966, Mao Zedong launched the Cultural Revolution in China to destroy old customs, ideas, and culture, and to eliminate party opponents. The Red Guards, groups of young fanatics, carried out robberies, torture, public executions, and destroyed temples, books, and monuments. Among the victims was the writer Lao Shi, who was kidnapped, set on fire, and drowned. The Red Guards beat, humiliated, and searched people, relying on Mao's Little Red Book. The police did not intervene, and Mao approved their actions with the slogan "Fire on the headquarters." The terror engulfed all aspects of life, but eventually, fearing chaos, Mao ordered the suppression of the Red Guards. Some were executed, others were exiled to villages where they were punished by peasants. The Cultural Revolution claimed 1.4 to 1.6 million lives. Mao died in 1976, but his cult and the influence of the Communist Party persist. In 1989, the Tiananmen Square protests were crushed with tanks. The CPC still monopolizes power, and there is no memorial to Mao's victims. Without recognizing the danger of such dictators, humanity is doomed to suffering and genocides.